dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jenna. Good morning, Jenny. And Maureen, we missed you. I hope everything's going good. We survived here in Maryland, the snowpocalypse. I have to say that my arms are sore. I was really hoping that some kids would come by and knock on my door and say, you know, gee, sir, for $5, we'll shovel your snow. But this isn't the 1960s anymore, is it? So, I hope... so, yes, I shoveled snow. But I hope everybody stayed safe if there was snow in your lives. And welcome to the My Tarot morning reflection, daily inventory. Chance to check in with the universe and take a breath. I know I've said this a million times. I can say it again, right? So, welcome everybody to the My Tarot morning reflection. Our daily inventory and chance to take a breath. As we listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Which can remind us to put our feet flat on the floor and roll them ankles, especially after shoveling that snow in those boots. And then have the butt do the kitty dance. Get that all comfortable. Take a breath and check in with the shoulders. And yes, mine are a little bit sore. And then the neck. And then taking that extra breath. Oh, man. You hired guys with plow. Yeah, see, that's the way to do it. Well, over the winter, I was doing an event in Frederick. And they had a big, flower container in front of this store. And I helped move that container so I could set my table up and stuff out there. And for the first time in my life, I threw my back out. I mean, I felt the soreness, right there, like where the kidneys are. And I mean, I could barely stand straight. It took probably a good half hour before I could actually sit down, without looking like I was in pain. So I've never had that. So now I'm all paranoid. But now we get to relax our brains and our head and get in touch with the universe a little bit. See if there's any angers or resentments. Good morning, Angelina. I hope you survived the snow okay. But we're just checking in. Anything that might be able to trigger us today. It's just a good chance to reach out of ourselves and then look back in. Because it's always easier to spot issues with other people than it is with ourselves. The old saying, you point at somebody, you got one finger pointing at them and three fingers pointing back. So, let's see what we have here. We got our breath, we got our butts comfortable. Now we have our chance to do what? To make our 3 stacks. It's like each one's a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this conversation is going to take us in one direction. This conversation is a totally different path from the direction this conversation will take us. So the question is, which thread do we want to pull? Let's take the center stack today. Let's go for what's right at the heart. So I'm going to do our 3 in 1. And I'll flip each one over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. Again, because I find it really exciting to see what that first card's going to be. So this morning, the first card, we start with an ace again. So yesterday we had the Ace of Wands. Today we've got the Ace of Coins. So aces are beginnings. Aces, look at this. This is the element of earth. The coins are the element of earth. And so it's about home, health, finances, and all those things that keep us grounded. And it even looks like a seed. See, we've got the little flowers growing and things like that right here. So this is almost like it's a seed. And so this is about focusing on something home, health-wise, and then planting that seed to see what we can make grow. To the Hanged Man. We have not had the Hanged Man in a long time. I was thinking about that when I was in the shower. It's, what is it? I do 20 spreads a month. And then there's 4 cards in there, so that's 80 cards. And there's certain cards that don't pop up for months and months and months. Some that are just kind of repetitive. So I haven't had the Hangman in a while. So what does that mean for us? So the Hanged Man is about sacrifice and acceptance. So when we see the Hanged Man, it's about realizing that there's some things that we can't control. We are here. There's a really cool story about the Hanged Man. I've told it in different videos. But when we have the Hanged Man, what are we willing to sacrifice? What are we willing to accept? So with the Ace of Coins, this is something that's saying, this is going to take some effort. Yeah, Angelina's saying, the Hanged Man has shown up for me a couple times. Yeah, I really do. One day we'll go back and see what particular cards are always showing up. So today, what is it that maybe we've been wanting to start, but maybe it involves a sacrifice. Maybe it involves seeing things a different way. So that we can start something new. So we start with the Ace of Coins. We have the Hanged Man. So it's like, I've been putting it off because I don't want to because. Or I know I should, maybe it's my health, but I don't, do I want to sacrifice the money for a health club? Maybe I should. That's not going to happen for me. And then we come up afterwards with the Two of Wands. And so wands, again, are fire, creativity, passion, action, movement. And twos are choices. So we see this person right here. They're holding the world in their hand. That tells us that we still have choices to make and that we have the entire world to choose from. We are absolutely not locked in. So, let's see what the advice card is then. The Eight of Wands. So, when we see the Hanged Man, we can see that he's tied up. He's not going anywhere right now. It's almost like there is a sacrifice going on. I am hanging here. It's that sacrifice. I have to accept what's going on right now, which gives us time to make the plan. So it's almost like what we're doing here. We've stopped. Now the universe is saying, focus on home, health, finances, things that are important, things that keep us grounded. And then, what do I need to do to make this plant grow? And that's where we're making the choices. So, with the advice card of the Eight of Wands. What I say about the Eight of Wands sometimes, it's like, well, eights are about what? Progress, moving forward. And again, the wands are action and movement. And so, with this card, it's about actually making something happen. It's about making our decisions and then shooting this arrow into the air. It's about making thought into an idea and into an action. So today, it's like, what are these things that, we get stuck at, I should do this. I can't make up my mind. I have choices. There's a million choices. But what do we need to do to turn idea into action? To make that final decision. And it comes down to sometimes sacrificing time, sacrificing money, sacrificing other things. For me, it's like never should on yourself. But there is things like wanting to change my diet. There are things about maybe I should be exercising more. These are health things that if I sit here and think about it, why don't I do it? What would I have to sacrifice? What? Not watching my TV as much? I would have to sacrifice not being on my phone? And that's the choices we have to make. Do we have to sacrifice time with our families? Do we have to sacrifice whatever it is for a desire that we have? And what do we need to do to just make it happen? And so Jenny's saying, ace with coin in hand, facing two of wands with a world in hand. Actually, yeah, look at that. The hands are very prominent in both of these. That's a good point. So today, what is the idea that we have? What is the seed that we want to plant? What is it that we need to do and be willing to accept, be willing to let go of to make it happen? And then, what do we need to do to move beyond choice to action? Moving beyond choice to action. And so, with that again, thank you all so much. Looking forward to doing this again tomorrow. And this is one of those things I'm definitely going to be thinking about for the day. This is that the universe reaching out to us all. It's because we all have things that we want to do. And sometimes we don't want to sacrifice our time. The important thing that we're doing when we're sitting there just staring at the wall. And what's it going to take to make that into action? So thank you all again. Take care, and I will be back again tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the card.